What if I told you Niko Bellic is a full-blown pyromania? His area of expertise? Explosives. After leaving his homeland, he comes to his cousin chasing a promise of a better life. You see, his cousin is supposedly living the American dream. He is rich, loaded, living it. Yeah, that was a lie. So now Niko must go back to his old ways. Which brings us to the question, can you beat GTA 4 using only explosives? As we arrive into our first city, we need to gear up. The gun store is closed for now, and even if it wasn't, we're broke. Thankfully, there are 3 grenade spawn points scattered across Dukes. Before jumping into our first mission, I'll be grabbing a few. Now, I won't mention every single grenade I pick up, but just know, I'll be doing this a lot. Turns out our lying cousin is in debt because he's a gambling enthusiast, and like all gambling enthusiasts, he is severely delusional. We're also introduced to a guy named Vlad, one of many people Roman owes money to. While doing a pickup for Roman, Niko meets Michelle. She's a dateable character and also not a cop.
What do you like to do? What do you do?
During a day with Michelle, Roman gets jumped by some loan sharks, and I totally didn't ignore him. In the next mission, Roman gets jumped by the same guys, and this is where we get our first taste of combat. And let me just say that I needed to adjust. After finally dealing with them, another guy shows up. We chase him down and renegotiate our debt. Roman later tells Vlad how capable Niko is.
Anyway, Niko dealt with him. Broke Darden's arm.
More like his neck, but close enough. In the next mission, we meet little Jacob, and things get more violent from here. Just a quick heads up, if I'm not careful with these bad boys, they disappear fast. For future reference, a single grenade costs 1,000 in the store. I got paid 150 for this mission. As you can see, not exactly a sustainable business model. Then Vlad calls and sends us to collect some money. The game suggests I throw a rock, but I do one better and throw a grenade. Lil Jacob asks Niko to back him up on a deal he's trying to set up. And of course, the other guys try to rip him off. And let me tell you, moving targets suck. To make it worse, it's a 2-part mission. After all that, we have to go teach these guys a lesson. While driving there, I figured I'd grab some armor, you know? Wouldn't hurt to have some extra protection. And then later, we run more errands for Vlad. Firstly, we ram a guy's truck until he pays up. Then we steal a car from another guy who's refusing to pay. Please get up. They both got up, it's a miracle. Vlad sets a robbery where we're supposed to kill a guy, but Vlad's an ass, so I spared him. Roman starts to suspect Vlad's been clapping Mallory's cheeks. Niko confirms it, and as payback, we send Vlad flying. In return, Niko gets kidnapped by Vlad's bosses, Dimitri and Mikhail Faustin. In exchange for our freedom, Faustin sends us to steal some TVs. We drive around the city in a police car, stopping random vans and searching them. When we do find the right one, we just drive off because violence is never the answer. In the next mission, some guys were filming a sitcom and didn't cut Faustin in, so naturally we have to pay them a visit. Dimitri orders Niko to shoot one of them in the leg, and well, we can't do that. And with explosives, you can guess how that went. So instead, we take the non-lethal route and just body slam him until he gives up. And that's enough to progress. With this mission done, we officially unlock the gun store, but not the grenades yet. Then Roman calls and lines up some work for Brucey. This guy is basically a mix of a gym bro and a crypto bro, but unlike most people so far, he actually pays with money and not death threats and thank yous. Now, Brucey's upset someone's been talking smack and wants me to find the guy. It's a chase mission, and before we continue, I would like to explain a few things. Most of the first part is scripted. You follow someone who's basically unkillable and rubber bands away from you. But once the scripted part ends, they either hit a stop point or just lose that magic speed boost and slow down completely. So to sum it up, Chase mission long. And honestly, that's life. 1 minute you're rubber banding and the next you're out of gas and about to explode. Now, I know I skipped a few of Austin's missions, but the TLDR is he starts chimping out and makes a ton of enemies. And surprise, surprise, people want him dead. When I finally get to him, he starts some BS monologue like he's not the reason this all happened. His entire mission line is just kill that guy, blow up this guy, circumcise that guy, and when people come for his head, he's like, what did I do? Then Dimitri turns snake and tries to pin the betrayal on Nico. A guy named Ray Bulgarin shows up, and apparently he's one of the reasons Nico had to flee the old country. I'll be honest, I came kinda underprepared, so when I ran out of nades, I just ignored everything and ran, and it worked. Something, ignore everything and run. Gandhi or Nike, I don't know. Due to recent events, Nico and Roman decide it's best to skip town. As we drive by our home and Roman's business, both are set on fire, presumably thanks to Dimitri's men. Roman calls Mallory to ask if we can crash somewhere, and that is how we arrive in Bohan. Mallory is well connected here and helps us get back on our feet. She invites us to the community center where we meet Manny. He wants to clean up the streets and is willing to pay us to help. He is also filming some kind of a show. We're sent to follow a dealer to his hideout so we can take out the whole operation. I end up one-on-one with one of the dealers with a single grenade and no health. I take a deep breath, calculate every possible angle, and epic fail. Speaking of epic fails, here's the attempt right after. Also, while I'm doing this, check this out. Epic. Mallory then introduces us to Elisabetta and Packy. They found a buyer and need some extra protection. Problem is, I can't really protect. The farthest I can throw a grenade is basically at Packy. I also cannot leave the rooftop, and Packy and his goon cannot outshoot to save themselves. So, unfortunately, my only option was to take the shot of a freaking RPG. Like, what? Within seconds, the mission's done, something that took me countless of tries. But how did you get the RPG? Well, let me explain. The closest two spawns where you can get an RPG are in Algonquin, and that city is locked off for now. If you try to cross, you instantly get a 6-star wanted level. So yeah, the entire trip has to be made under a 6-star police chase. Out of a dozen of attempts, I've only managed to make it out twice. Through Elisabetta, we meet Playboy X, who's dealing with some issues at a construction site. The place is crawling with enemies, so I go for a more peaceful approach. Eventually, I find the guy we're after and use my last RPG round. With that mission done, we unlock Algonquin, so no more wanted stars for crossing over, which means access to RPG rounds. On top of that, gun shops finally sell grenades. There's been a mix-up. Elisabetta is beefing with Jacob because a bunch of product has gone missing. Nico volunteers to get it back. Getting in, easy. Getting away, fast car. When Nico returns with the product, Michelle is there, apparently also working for Elisabetta. No, she's a cop. Oh. It quickly becomes clear Elisabetta's whole operation is about to crash. Manny tries to capitalize on the chaos. He busts through the door filming his show, to which he just shoots them. Now, we could toss the bodies in the dumpster, but we could also sell their body parts. We are many things here, but we're not wasteful. With that done, we leave Bohan and head into Algonquin. Playboy needs someone silenced. I show up at a basketball court and instead of shooting hoops, I kill everyone. Through Playboy we meet Dwayne. He sends us on a chase mission and the guy that we're after crashes into a car and falls off. Dwayne also wants us to help take back his old business. Now, I don't know how, but the AI has gotten significantly worse the last time I played. Like, look at this, what the fuck is this? Nico then meets UL Paper, some government agent. In exchange for not getting a life sentence and maybe helping Nico find the people he's after, we agree to work for him. Now, I haven't mentioned this before, but Nico's actually on a massive revenge arc.
I'm looking for someone. We're all looking for that special someone,
And because I'm trying to find someone.
That's kind of the whole plot of the game. My bad. He's been tracking 2 people and one of them is here in Liberty City. So when the agent says he can help, he's talking about them. We're sent to find a lead on a person. After checking his apartment, we track his location, and after a very lengthy chase, I catch up to him. I damage the front of his car and his vehicle is ruined. As he's sitting there, hands on his head, he screams out, in that exact moment, I thought to myself, was this revenge I'm after? Is it really worth it? All those lives I've taken. Even if I do achieve it, I will simply pass it on to the next person. But as I'm still trying to process everything, I get a sudden call from Mallory informing me Roman has been kidnapped by some Russians.
You've crossed the line, Dmitri.
As I come to Roman's rescue, I level everything in my path. In the final room, Roman is being held at gunpoint, and this is where things get tricky. Even slightly hitting Roman will get him killed. Get too close, the guy pulls the trigger. I found a can and figured maybe I could throw it to trigger this as a hit, but for some reason the cans kept disappearing. Then I tried hitting him with the grenade itself and it actually worked. Roman is saved, the challenge is still on. The UL paper agent needs someone taken out, so he hands me a photo and I track the guy down. When I arrive,
We have reached the conclusion, my friend.
we did. Next, Nico is ordered to steal a helicopter. Despite the garbage controls, I almost managed to pull it off this first try. Then Nico gets a message from an unknown number, and it's Francis McCreary, a corrupt deputy police commissioner and also Packy's brother. Like many police officers, he is corrupt and is currently being blackmailed. So Nico has to find and eliminate the blackmailer. I'm honestly surprised the storage device didn't break. Those things are usually pretty fragile. Both Playboy X and Dwayne call, each wanting Nico to kill the other. And I always go with killing Playboy, it's like a core memory at this point. But looking back, I should have went for Dwayne. Anyways, the choice has been made. Yule Paper calls and tells me that the stolen helicopter is ready. Now all we have to do is follow someone using that helicopter. How hard could that be? Francis is once again being threatened, so to eliminate the target, we set up an interview. When we sit down, the guy says, "Can you explain this gap on your resume? Can you explain this grenade?" Let's just say I made a lasting impression. Francis sends me after another target, this time an actual criminal. Luckily, I can skip the chase, even though he tries to run. But plot twist, I didn't get them all. One guy is still alive and about to talk to the feds. I find his apartment, call his phone, shoot him on sight. He's gone. Wait, why? How is he still alive? And he's dead. The next 2 missions I'm accompanied by Packy. We go steal a truck, and given how tight the space was, I'm honestly surprised I didn't accidentally blow it up. After we bring it back, we meet Ray Cappuccino. He'll be important later. Then we hit a warehouse to steal money from one of the mafia families. Packy had an awkward moment with gravity, and I fully expected him to glitch out. But he locked in. Next up is the big one. We're robbing a bank. I came fully prepared, maxed out on ammo and still ran out of 2/3 in. One of my guys got stuck, so I smacked him, then followed up with a baseball bat. And no, that does not invalidate the run. Those were my guys. After the heist, I walked away with 250 G's. No more driving in search of grenades like a pleb. I can straight up buy everything. With the introduction of Ray Cappuccino, we set the bar a bit higher. You see, Ray isn't independent, he's part of a mafia family, meaning things are about to get more intense. He sends Nico after a friend who isn't a friend no more, and the whole encounter takes place in a ridiculously tight building. When I finally reach the guy, the game does the most dramatic, over-the-top execution I've seen in a while. And then a diamond job kicks off. We meet Luca, who explains that the diamonds were packaged in trash, so no one suspects anything. And of course, people suspect everything and come after us. Another plot twist, the diamonds never reached Ray, and to prove we're not part of the betrayal, Nico has to recover them. I track down Luca, chase him to a public bathroom, and not knowing which stall he's in, I just toss a grenade on the one and he comes out flying. Honestly, average public bathroom experience. The diamond fiasco isn't over, we still have to sell them. The deal turns out to be a setup, and the location was once again nightmarish. After countless of attempts, I finally made it out alive. Then the game urges me to lose Isaac's crew, to which I killed them. Then they suggest I lose my wanted level, so I just lost my wanted level. A series of chases happen, like a lot. Nico goes after two bikers. Nico goes after a biker. Nico finally gets the location of someone he's been looking for, Florian Kravich. But it turns out he's not the betrayer, and he's also a changed man and goes by Bernie. We chase down a hater who has been harassing Bernie because he's too fabulous. We chase down blackmailers because Bernie is too fabulous. And then we chase some Russians sent by Dmitry because we're too fabulous. Then Gerald, Packy's big bro, wants to start a mafia war by planting a car bomb. As Nico keeps climbing the criminal ladder, he gets introduced to Phil, and with that, we unlock the final city. There's a truck full of product that I climb into. I end up shooting a guy in self-defense, and then also in self-defense I steal the truck. We take it to the garage and it'll be totally safe and definitely no one will find it. Then Derek, Packy's crackhead brother, has a job escorting some dude into the country with fake bills. During this mission, the game hands me an RPG which finally unlocks it in the gun store. I really wish we got it earlier, but hey, we take those. Now Francis shows up and starts chimping out because his brother Derek is planning to go to the journalist, which would ruin his career. So Nico has to choose which brother to kill. Honestly, I just wanted to hit someone. It really didn't matter who. So I aimed dead center and it landed on Derek. Now Nico has been making a name for himself, so much that the boss man Jimmy Pecorino takes interest. Nico gets hired as extra protection in case things go sideways. Now I've kept to myself about the frustrating parts of the challenge, but I have to say this mission was cheeks. First off, in the middle of the shootout, instead of taking cover, Jimmy either starts doing the shuffle dance or just straight up catches fire and burns to death. When Pecorino finally makes it to cover, I invoke my inner pacifist, sprint past everyone, and need to recover his offering. But it cannot be via an explosive. I start following this fella and for some reason he jumps into the river. Then after a while just gives up on life and dies. That was hella weird. Then Packy calls and tells his crackhead's brother is dead. And Nico is just like, oh wow, that's crazy. At the funeral, we have to defend against an assault. Once that is done, we drive to bury Derek. I never noticed this before, but there's just something so cold about attending the funeral of someone you killed. Back to Philly, he cooked up a plan to steal some product off some Russians. We blow our way in, steal the boats, and as we're getting away, two boats start chasing us. One, two. Peak Gaming! Speaking of Peak Gaming, here comes Chubby Charlie, a guy we're after because he found out it was us who stole the product, and it would be in our best interest if he doesn't talk. And like, what kind of name they gave him? Chubby Charlie? Man was clipping through walls, teleporting through floors, and all they call him after is that the fella likes to eat. He then gets stuck, so I push him off a ledge, hoping he'd snap his neck or something, only to find a hidden armor stash right where he landed. Moral of the story, do bad things and good things happen. Then I found this floating Glock that insisted you like this video or it will shoot Nico. His words, not mine, guys, please. And that's when I finally understood why they call him Chubby Charlie, because the whole factory exploded as you went down. Remember that truck we were told no one would find? Well, the guy who was supposed to watch it was too busy digging in his ass to realize that the whole thing was a setup. After a painfully scripted getaway mission, Nico goes to Gerald, who is in custody. He and Packy want me to kidnap a mafia boss's daughter. She is selling a car and we will be rolling up as a potential buyer. When we initiate the kidnapping, she understandably freaks out. I did not not know Nico was this woke. We stash Gracie somewhere safe until Peggy and Gerald can arrange her exchange. Nico is sent to meet the boss of all bosses, John Gravelli, basically the Godfather. We strike a deal, work for him in exchange for Darko, the last guy on Nico's list. You can instantly see Nico locking in the second Gravelli mentions him. There's this dude who smuggled a ton of counterfeit cash in, and Gravelli wants him dead. Funny because we were the ones that smuggled him in. The Chinese fella is of course in the Chinese restaurant, and for some reason the sauce here is straight up flammable. After we hit the annual 2% inflation mark, we head back to Gravelli. This time the ULP agent is there, so things are looking up for Nico. There are 5 trucks loaded with product that, if left unattended, would flood the country with whatever substance is inside. And I'm so ready for this mission. I want it just as bad as Nico does. 5 trucks become 3, become 1, become none. After everything is done, I get a call from the ULP agent. They got Darko. In the most difficult moment, Nico calls Roman, the man who has been with him ever since the arrival to Liberty City. As they drive, Nico drops arguably the coldest line I've heard in a while.
I have not been the same man since the day that Darko betrayed us, since I saw those things.
You lost a lot of friends that day, Nico. We both did.
In some way, our friends from the village were lucky. I lost myself that day too. Everything that was good and innocent in me died along with them. If I could live those hours again, I think I would have preferred to be buried in the pit along with everyone else. This is all that is left of me. What am I good at, Roman? What is my trade? A deal in death? Because that is all that is open to me.
Darko is then tossed from a van, and the two get into a very heated argument. And it becomes clear, Darko isn't living, he's just existing, barely surviving. Then the choice comes, kill or spare him. I thought about all those people that I've killed along the way, slaughtered, butchered, sent straight to hell, guilty or innocent. And in a weird way, it was me who made those decisions too. Sure, Nico is the character with motives, but it was I who acted upon those motives. So, I walked away. I gave Nico a second chance, a chance of change, a chance of a new beginning. Now, totally unrelated, but my bank account was completely wiped out. I kinda got too lazy and kept buying from the stores, so it's back to collecting ammo like a pleb. Peggy and Gerald finally managed to set up a meeting regarding Gracie, and now we have to relocate her.
Shit, Nico, her neck's broke.
Now we have to relocate her alive. She's being exchanged for the diamonds. Yes, the same ones. As we're about to pick them up, Bulgarin appears and makes a claim for them. A massive fight erupts, and in all the chaos, one of the goons grabs them and throws them away. And the diamonds are lost. For good this time. Pegorino's whole operation is collapsing, and he's determined to make one last play, and it involves Dimitri. Nico is presented with 2 choices. Go through with the deal or go after Dimitri. And I chose to go after Dimitri. Eliminating someone who wants you dead, that's not revenge, that's just peace of mind. Dimitri is overseeing a cargo ship at the docks, the same ship Nico arrived in to Liberty City. The fight drags on for so long that by the time I corner him, I've only got 1 RPG round. Kinda poetic, right? You tear through an entire army just to have 1 shot at the guy you're after.
It's not too late, we can work this out.
No! After doing it all again, I make sure I hit him properly this time. And with Dimitri gone, it's time to celebrate. Roman is getting married. In the morning, I call Kate, Nico's +1 to the wedding. She's so irrelevant that it wasn't even worth mentioning her beforehand. But basically, her and Nico have a thing going on.
Because no matter how stupid I think this is, I'm willing to take a chance on you.
Yeah, she should not have taken that chance. And it was Pegorino enacting his revenge because Nico did not follow through on the deal. Lil Jacob tracks down some goons who lead us back to the abandoned building where Pegorino and his men are hiding. This final mission had it all. Chases, massive shootouts, more chases, explosions, tense moments, but it ends with Nico catching up to Pegorino. And let's just say Jimmy P was less successful at dodging my RPG. With him out of the picture, there's no one left to threaten our livelihood.
We won, man. We won.
Yep, we sure did. We beat GTA 4 using nothing but explosives. Thanks for watching, and more to come soon.